Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge podcast, episode number 290. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and also check out at the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 290, Wobbling, wondering where weekend waves will wane. Sports, yum yum. And our weekend here is going to be lined up with some delicious shit. And it starts off with this beautiful Friday. Friday, boys and girls. As a matter of a couple of hours, we are going to have ourselves Game 3 of the World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. A series tied up 1-1. And Game 3, boys and girls, I feel is going to be the momentum shifter for either of these teams. And your LA Dodgers will be putting Walker Buehler on the mound. Walker, Texas Ranger Buehler, who has been having a very fantastic postseason. And in my eyes, it's his time. I think it's his time to step up on the big stage and just deliver what he can. We know Walker can step it up on the big stage. And I think this is the game where we see kind of a masterpiece from Walker. And that's what I'm hoping. 6, 7 innings, maybe 10 strikeouts. You get maybe one earned run there. I'd be a happy camper. But it will be fun to watch the heir apparent step up on the mound in Game 3 of the World Series. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully for the Dodgers, it's a good thing. And at the end of the night, the Dodgers can go up in the series 2-1. But on the other side, we have the Tampa Bay Rays putting out Charlie Morton, a.k.a. the man from the Houston Astros 2017 squad. Yeah, that fucking squad. And I really fucking hope that the Dodgers have some revenge in their hearts, especially guys who was in the 2017 World Series. I hope you whack the shit out of the fucking balls that Charlie Morton pitches and fuck him up. And I understand Charlie Morton's been having a very, very good run of the postseason, but fuck him and the goddamn Houston Astros. I don't give a shit if he's on the goddamn Rays anymore. I don't care. Fuck him. But that's my Houston Astros hate. That's just my bias there. But if you don't have that shit, I'm going to give you props. Fair or unfair, I don't fucking give props to cheaters. I don't. So this is where I give my props to Ji-Man Choi, Chechiman, the Korean man, first baseman from the Tampa Bay Rays. And he is the first ever Korean to hit and score a run in the World Series. So as a fellow Korean brethren, shout out to you, Mr. Choi. Fantastic stuff. But I hope we kick your fucking ass. That's just the bottom line, man. I'm a Dodgers fan. I ain't no fucking Rays fan. And all I can tell the Dodgers is, can you motherfucking please. Oh, we're going to be at bat. Swing. Patience at the plate. That hurt. I think what really killed us in Game 2 was defense. Obviously, the carousel of pitching was part of the plan, but defense and hitting really needs to step up their game. And hopefully, in Game 3, the Dodgers can take care of business. So, let's go Dodgers. God damn it, kids. This World Series got me all fucked up. It has, man. It has. And it's hard when you're watching something like the World Series where the stake is at its ultimate high, and once you stop watching a game like that, the high can't be matched in terms of what you're watching. So obviously, not having Netflix, not having Hulu, and I'm about to actually cancel my Disney Plus in a week or so here. Not a lot of options, right? You would think, but enter the world of YouTube. And anybody out there who is a brain dead fucking pedo junkie, I'd tell you, knock that shit off. Get on YouTube, because there are just treasure troves of insane shit down there in YouTube. And one rabbit hole that I fell down this past 2-3 days was the scammers getting scammed videos, and Jim Browning, Scammer Revolt, Kitboga videos were just, oh my god, were my main fucking starts. And I've only been watching those 3 videos on YouTube the last few days, and 12-14 hours of just ingesting all those contents. It is a doozy. It's a goddamn doozy. But man, I'd encourage anybody and everybody to go watch those channels, especially if you have family members or colleagues who are elderly. And it's so crazy when you see how many of these faux call centers will prey on the old and vulnerable. And it's fucked up, but you see some real life vigilantism at work, and it's some badass shit. Now, obviously, it's against the law. I wouldn't encourage anybody to do it, but check out the videos, man. They are pretty interesting. And between that and the World Series, just keeping my kind of brain balanced in a way. Because PETA with shit's annoying now. I can't watch any of that shit. But it's a weird transition, man. It's a weird transition. Because a couple of years ago, I was at the NBA. Knows what the fuck they're doing. Smart league. But there's a reason why I call it the woke league of Chinese basketball. It's just a fucking pandering league, and we all know that. But this woke league is targeting a season restart, or season start really, for sometime around December 22nd. With a condensed 72 game schedule. Now, I've been saying this since however many fucking months ago when I said it. The NBA should just consider starting on Christmas Day. No filthy casual will watch basketball before December 25th. Okay? Christmas Day is the only motherfucking day any goddamn normies goes ahead and watch basketball. So if the NBA can figure out their shit to do it, go for Christmas. That seems pretty obvious, right? But it is a woke league of Chinese basketball. Even the obvious shit isn't all that obvious. That's the reality. But what's also the reality is the Brooklyn Nets will be hiring Amari Stoudemire as an assistant coach to Steve Nash. Holy fuck. Are people really thinking that this team is going to be the best in the East? Are you serious? I get the whole KD argument. I get Kyrie's a good enough fucking player. But have we not watched these two guys act a fool on and off the court? Especially with team chemistry shit. They have been, dare I say it, goddamn team cancers. Are we just ignoring that shit? Because I'm not. I know exactly what's going to happen to the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to have a good enough fucking regular season, but everything's going to implode within, 10, 11 months? So, I'm excited to see that shit. I really am. And again, what really set me off on this anticipation was when Kyrie Irving goes on a fucking podcast with KD and says, we don't really need a head coach. I mean, I could be a head coach. KD can be a head coach. We wouldn't need a head coach to tell us what to do. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a goddamn basketball team. You need a fucking head coach. You fucking dipshit. You think you're smarter than you are, Kyrie. You're a dumb fucking locker room cancer. The fact that you have filleted yourself into thinking that you're some next level fucking Leonardo da Vinci is laughable at best. You flat earth retard. Have fun destroying the Brooklyn Nets from the inside, you goddamn prick. Oh, you're just a fucking LeBron dick sucker. I'm not a Bron sexual, retards. In fact, even though I'm a Lakers fan, I criticize LeBron all the fucking time. I do. Oh, wow. Yeah, LeBron, we won. Awesome. Yeah, 17th ring. Great. You're still a passive-aggressive cunt. And you're an entitled millennial. So, what? If I criticize LeBron, that makes me a Kyrie lover? No, dipshits. That's not how discourse... That's not how... characterizing things work. Okay. But I know that's like rocket science to all you goddamn normies. You goddamn, dare I say, woke libs who really ruin the woke league of Chinese basketball worse than it does. So, yeah. Have fun talking up Kyrie Irving, though. Have fun talking up Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets, KD, how great this team's going to be. Steve Nash is a genius. Amari Stoudemire is going to be the greatest assistant coach of all time. And they'll inevitably fail and not win a ring. I'm telling you, man. The foolishness of some people. The hubris and the arrogance is just laughable. It's laughable. But, of course, I'm very familiar to that. I'm a Lakers fan. Not an Arsenal fan. Because Arsenal fans are arrogant and cocky for no goddamn reason. But Lakers fans have a sense of entitlement because of all the rings won. But despite the rings won, hey, we're still getting a goddamn first-round draft pick. Hooray! Yeah! And the 28th pick for the 2020 NBA draft is going to be a pretty interesting piece of business for the LA Lakers. Will they use it to pick a hidden gem like they usually do in the late first round, early second round? Or do you use this pick as a trade asset to bundle it up with a guy like Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green to knock off some salary cap space? Getting fucking hungry here. That's why I'm fucking bringing up calories, but... The Lakers are going to be hungry for another win. They're going to want another ring. And if they can bring back, like I said in the last episode, guys like KCP, Rajon Rondo, and Dwight Howard on maybe like a 1+1 deal or just a 1-year deal, I think that would be ideal. Because, let's be fair, guys. Every team in the NBA right now, they're lining up their salary cap situation for 2021 when Giannis Antetokounmpo will become an unrestricted free agent, barring from Milwaukee doing anything crazy or knee-jerk. But it is going to be interesting to see how free agency, pans out for a lot of these teams. And I'm hoping the Lakers make some smart decisions and not sink goddamn inefficient money to players that just don't deserve that money. Yes, Danny Green, I'm talking about you. You are a goddamn overrated shooting guard. I can't fucking believe that man got paid, what, $15 million for a year? You fucking kidding me? And I understand. I mean, throughout the regular season, Danny Green had some pretty damn good moments. I think the first game he played as a Laker, I mean, that first game against the Clippers, man, I mean, he broke some fucking record on a Lakers debut or new team debut. And I remember him shooting the, game-tying three against Dallas Mavs in the regular season. But overall, it's like, okay, other than that, what good are you? Especially in the postseason when you find out that this guy can't shoot above 25% from the three. Yikes, right? So it's going to be very curious to see how free agency opens up for the Lakers. But we're going to have a bit of a lull, quiet season now because the NBA is over and, defending NBA champions and the Lakers are going to rest it easy. And, when I spoke of YouTube, I mean, there's multiple rabbit holes that I go down oftentimes, depending on the day, depending on the topic. And particular topic that I got curious about was a video that I was watching from B Souls, and it was a video that had the best all-time starting five and starting five bench based on individual player seasons, along with a starting and bench head coach. And I thought, that's a bit of a fun and curious bit of team making. And he went ahead and posted his video on YouTube, and I thought, okay, cool. That seems like a pretty fun idea. So I figured I want to just run by it here. Why not? Because we won't have actual fucking basketball until December. So might as well talk about some good old what ifs and hypotheticals, right? With starting fives. So for me, my starting five has to obviously have the head coach as Phil Jackson. And I'm probably thinking the 92-93 season, maybe the 2000-2001 season, either with the Bulls or the Lakers. But yeah, Phil Jackson as the head coach for my starting five is ideal. As point guard, I am putting LeBron James for the 2012-2013 season, partnered alongside him as shooting guard, Michael Jordan from the 95-96 season, small forward, Larry Bird, 85-86 season when he was basically in God mode. Power forward, Tim Duncan, 2002-03. Again, monster season from Tim Duncan. When you look at Basketball Reference, it's insane in terms of stats. And when you break down the fact that he also won a ring, pretty damn impressive. Shaquille O'Neal, 1999 and 2000 campaign, where we all know what Diesel was able to do. And yes, if it wasn't for one salty-ass MVP voter, Shaq would have been the first unanimous MVP. Let's be real about that shit. But on the bench, kids, you're going to like this shit. I have Pat Riley as the head coach, probably that 86-87 season when after a year, of getting their fucking ass kicked by the Celtics in the NBA Finals, they come back the next year and have a immaculate regular season and take care of the Boston Celtics in 6 in the NBA Finals. So I like Pat Riley in the bench coach role. And so with the point guard, you got Magic Johnson, 88-89 season. Of course, shooting guard, Kobe Bryant, 2008-2009. Scottie Pippen for the small forward role, 90-91. Dirk Nowitzki from 2010-2011 as a power forward, because god damn, imagine having the shooting prowess of Kobe, Dirk, and Scottie in that line. Oh boy, Magic just dishing the ball off whenever he can, and Dirk can give you a fucking wide open three. I mean, Kobe can cut inside the basket. Scottie can facilitate play to make like sexier Showtime potentially. And on center, I have Hakeem Olajuwon because he would make that team just run beautifully. So I would love to see that team playing some sort of simulated setting. I mean, probably work that in 2K, but yeah, it was an interesting video. That's all I meant to say. But sometimes, kids, my brain wanders. That it does. Because I'm a dum-dum. But this dum-dum appreciates sports. I enjoy sports. I like watching it. Makes me feel good. But, in the world of football, things become so fickle, right? One moment you're in the Champions League, and the next you're in the Europa League. And yes, I'm talking about Arsenal over the last few years, but European competitions have kicked off over this past week. And a lot of clubs, you're going to see how they pan out for the entirety of the season. And man, oh man, we know there's going to be high octane drama in the Champions League and less so in the Europa League. But obviously, boys and girls, being an Arsenal fan, I pay attention to the Premier League more than any other league. And holy shit, the Premier League, heading into match day 6 for the 2020-21 season, has been absolutely insane. Because on top of the league right now is Everton at 13 points. Holy shit. Getting a draw in the Merseyside derby against Liverpool was extremely impressive for this Everton squad, and they have been lights out in their wins, and best of luck to them, man. I think Ancelotti has really gotten his philosophy and fingers all over this Everton team, and they're coming through. They're coming up. And I can tell you right now, James Rodriguez might be the most impactful transfer in the Premier League right now. Now, will that probably change over the course of the next few months and weeks? Probably, yeah. But I would put James Rodriguez right up there as top impact player in terms of transfer. But it's hard to argue this other guy that has raised Aston Villa to second place with 12 points. and a match in hand. Because when Aston Villa transferred in Emi Martinez, they didn't know. They didn't know. They got the greatest player in the world. Why is he the greatest player in the world, you might ask? Well, let me explain. Lionel Messi, considered to be the greatest player in the world. Emi Martinez, fellow Argentinian. Not a bad goalkeeper. But consider this. In the year 2020, Lionel Messi has lifted 0 cups. 0. Emi Martinez, same amount of time in the year 2020, 2 cups. Do you need any more evidence? I don't think so. So when you have the best player in the world on your squad, you're going to win games. I know, but Aston Villa honestly has been really impressive. And 4 clean sheets, that really is all Emi Martinez. I know we can talk about defense all day, but Emi Martinez has been insanely impactful for Aston Villa, and I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. He's getting regular football time. He deserves it, and I hope Aston Villa does really well with Emi Martinez in the squad. Now, third place, curiously enough, is Liverpool. And, they are in the top 3. I understand that. But this Liverpool squad has been really underwhelming. But they beat Arsenal. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in my mind. Because results are results, sure. But within the results, there is a 90-minute, list of stats, tape that you can watch and dissect. And honestly, Liverpool has been really underwhelming. And honestly, for a behemoth over the last 2 years to just kind of start along like real mediocre, I'm not really going to pat you on the back. And yeah, okay, cool. Virgil van Dijk is injured. You want me to fucking pat you on the back? Do you want me to feel fucking sorry for you? No. How much fucking money you spent over the last 2-3 seasons? Don't start with a fucking pity party. Shut the fuck up. I'm not going to stand for that shit with Liverpool fans, man. You motherfuckers have been talking yourselves up for the last 2 years. Eat it. If you're losing, you're losing. If you're underwhelming, you're underwhelming. Embrace it. Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, that's going to be the fucking excuse all season long, right? Oh, they lost the match. Oh, Virgil van Dijk. Well, Allison just kind of gave away that goal, but sure, yeah. Blame Virgil van Dijk's absence. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. But what's not ridiculous is Leicester City continuing their prominence and hopefully consistency in the top 4 as they demonstrated last season. Leicester, in my mind, is not a surprising, team to be on this placement, but they haven't really had that oomph. And it might be, Chilwell maybe not being there on the left back side, but it's been a little bit shaky for Leicester. But they're going to be a good squad moving forward. I mean, you still got Brendan Rodgers. You still got Jamie Vardy, so I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester bounces back. But hopefully not this weekend. Because Arsenal going to be going up to King Power Stadium to face them. So hopefully not this weekend. And hey, speaking of Arsenal, they're right behind Leicester City. 9 points. Same 9 points. Just slightly better goal difference for Leicester City. So for Arsenal Football Club, I would tell you, this season so far has been pretty damn good. Obviously, losing to Manchester City, Liverpool, not the best. You don't feel great about it. But within those matches, I really thought Arsenal's been playing really well. Compared to last season? Compared to Unai Emery's bullshit? I'm seeing palpable results with Mikel Arteta. And I hope Arsenal keeps it going. Hey, maybe, just maybe, Arsenal can push for a top 4 spot. But we know this league is just insane. We know how good this league can be. And we know no goddamn placing is safe. It's not. Fifth place right now? I'm grateful that we're in fucking 5th place right now, man. You have no idea. But it's a fickle thing, so Got to keep focused. Got to keep at it. Come on, you Gunners. But at 6, you have the Wolverhampton Wanderers at 9 points. And I tell you, give them some time. This is a Wolverhampton Wanderers team that always kind of flies under the radar, but they'll always do well. I think not having Diogo Jota is kind of fucking them over. But what Wanderers have too much talent around to blow opportunities. So I think they'll stay pretty prominent in the top 5, top 6 race. Well, top 6 isn't really much, but top 5, top 6 in terms of revenue and, exposure of the club, pretty good. So expect Wanderers to make noise when the season keeps rolling. Now, speaking of choke jobs and blowing opportunities, Tottenham, wow. 8 points. 7. Okay. Yeah. Why are you getting cocky as an Arsenal fan? You blew a 3-0 lead with less than 15 minutes to go in the match. Why the fuck would I ever compliment you in the fucking worst choke job possible? Capped off by a worldy equalizer by Lanzini. Oh my God. I enjoy the hell out of that. And on Gareth Bale's return too. Oh, delicious. That's delicious. Like, you can't even make that shit up. And yeah, fuck that goddamn garbage North London club in Tottenham Hotspur. They could burn down for all I care. Shit ass London club. At least the other assholes in Chelsea, they've won things. So even though I can't stand them, it's like, well, they've won. So fuck them. But I can't really say shit. But curiously, Chelsea sitting at 8th with 8 points. All that money spent over the summer, and this is all you're doing? Oh, well, all right. Maybe Frank's a little bit overrated. Oh. Who knows? Still very early. Right. I'm only heading into match day 6, so give it time. Give it time and see what happens. At 9th, we have West Ham United sitting at 7 points. Not bad. They actually stole some points here and there from notable teams like Chelsea and Manchester United. So West Ham is going to be a very interesting team to keep an eye on. At 10th, you have Leeds United at 7 points. And I got to tell you, this is actually pretty impressive. Bielsa has been really fucking solid as he's trekking through the Premier League. And I'm really waiting for that Manchester United, Leeds United matchup. I think that's going to be a fun clash. And, we haven't seen that for quite some time in the Premier League, good old rival, quote unquote rivalry. And when I ask my United friend, he tells me it's not really a rivalry. It's just pure hatred, which that's awesome. I'd still love to watch that because the intensity of those matches are different and it's more fun to watch. And so I'm hoping I get a bit of fireworks when that happens. But sitting at 11th, you have Manchester City with a match in hand. Not really much to say about that with 7 points. They're going to bounce back up eventually. Southampton sitting at 12th, 7 points. Meh. 13th, Newcastle United, 7 points. Meh. Crystal Palace, 14th place, 7 points. Meh. Kind of the forgotten middle 3. And they will kind of hover around that area almost always. So kudos to them, but not much to say. And at 15th, Manchester United with 6 points, match in hand. I really don't have much to say about what Manchester United is doing right now. Not terrible, not bad, not great either, but you're rolling by. So curious to see how they do. At 16th, you have Brighton and Hove Albion at 4 points. Also meh, but really ugly. Now, the winless bottom 4. You wonder why Fulham and West Bromwich Albion even bothered getting promoted, because they're just hovering around the relegation zone right now. And I think those two clubs, they're not going to make it out. Because West Bromwich Albion with 2 points, it's discouraging. It's sad. And I guess welcome back to the Premier League. But there you go. And Burnley sitting at 18th with 1 point. That's kind of concerning. Despite the fact that you have a match in hand, this Burnley squad has really fallen off compared to where I remember them 2-3 years ago, coming off of a really brilliant season from Sean Dyche and 6th, 7th spot, getting a Europa League qualification because of that shit. To see where Burnley's fallen off right now, it's kind of sad, but maybe they get it together. But I doubt it. I really doubt it. oof, it's rough. It's rough, but can't be rougher. Can't be rougher than these two motherfuckers in the Sheffield United squad and Fulham, who are sitting at 19th and 20th respectively with 1 point, no wins, and they get those points off each other. They meet up, Sheffield and Fulham, and draw. That's where the 1 point's from. They're both winless, and you can imagine, unless either team finds some sort of momentum, they're going to get relegated. And it's really surprising because Sheffield, I thought they were going to have continued success after last season. But the way they're starting off right now, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. But Premier League action will continue. Well, actually, it technically did continue today, but it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Kind of like Baja Blast, but more delicious because sports ball. Ultimately, kids, sports in October. It's the right feel. It's the good feels, man. And quite delicious. On the next episode on the Sky Lounge, I know on the last episode I said we're going to talk about the presidential debate, but episode number 291, going to talk about the debate. I actually had to watch it twice to get more points and notes. Although I'm not going to go, political analyst dissecting shit. I'm more or less going to go through just kind of the ebbs and flow, kind of rhetoric, body language, kind of the intangible shit that I picked up on. And for me, I treated that shit like game tape. So hoping y'all will drop by to see the presidential debate. Oh my God. You're really dragging this one out, man. Dude, I feel off right now all throughout the recording. So I apologize if there is a bit of a looseness here, but it's off. It's off. Maybe we go smoke, but who the hell knows? But all right. All right, motherfuckers, I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at The Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and also check out The Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, kids, fuck off.